Hi everyone, I wanted to give you a quick overview of the course and what this semester will entail. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, but bear with me, we do have a lot of ground to cover. So this is a basic rundown of what this video will cover. I'm going to skip some things that we either went over in our group meeting or in CT meeting, so if you have any questions after watching this and meeting with me in your CT, please let me know. Please remember to review the Student Teaching Guidebook. It is linked in this course, and it is most likely also in Senior Seminar. Skim through the parts pertaining to student teaching. In a nutshell, the rules and regulations that your CT must follow, you must also follow. That goes for hours, dress code, and schedule. So for example, if your spring break does not align with UWF's, you will take off your placement spring break and not UWF's. If you need to be absent, please let me know. A quick email is fine. If there are excessive absences, even for a good reason, we may need to extend your teaching time. So just keep that in mind. We need that 6 weeks of full-time instruction. That said, I know illnesses happen, especially this time of year, so please take care of yourselves. Regarding responsibilities, you should never be a substitute teacher for your CT or anyone else in the building. You are there as a learner, and you are not available to work in other capacities at the school without the clearance of the director of the program. If you are ever asked to do something that you feel is out of your scope, please let me know and we can help you rectify the situation. You are never to be the only adult in charge of students for an extended period of time. So next we're going to talk about course navigation. The course is not set up as a traditional weekly module type course. All of the materials are available to you already. So each module focuses on one assignment or category of resources. So you can find an overview of each module on the Start Here page under Getting Started at the top there. So please pay attention to the titles of modules because that will help you find any information you need. Each week you will receive an announcement from me that will have a rundown of that week, any tasks or assignments you need to complete. Usually there'll be some kind of video and that will kind of go over everything as well. Weekly lesson plans and journal drop boxes can be found on the assignment page. So you'll have weekly lesson plans that are due each Sunday evening. These are not accepted late for a grade, but they will need to be turned in even if you can't get them in by Sunday. You can turn in whatever format works for you in your CT, so a Google Doc, a picture of a handwritten lesson book, a PDF from Planbook, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me what the format is as long as I can see your plans. When you start teaching, indicate either by highlighting, circling, or just even writing in the comments of the Dropbox what lessons or subjects you're teaching that week. For the first 6 weeks of class, you'll have a weekly journal on a topic related to classroom management, culture, assessment, that kind of thing. So for some of these, you'll need to consult with your CT. On others, you won't need to. If something isn't available from your CT, or if, you can feel free to think of a future classroom scenario or even past field experiences, that's fine. Journals should be written as short academic papers. They're double-spaced and free from grammatical errors. We're going to do several evaluations throughout the semester. Your CT will consult with you to complete the dispositions and Danielson evaluations at the middle of the semester and the end of the semester. So now I will also do informal Danielson evaluations when I observe you, with a major culminating evaluation at the end of the semester, and that'll go into exam. Speaking of observations, there will be 4 observations throughout the semester. Each observation is associated with a major assignment. So you're going to record and upload your lesson to your Google Drive folder. And if possible, try to show variety throughout the semester. So for example, if you teach math for observation 1, try social studies for observation 2. Each observation is going to follow a similar system. On the slide here, I've copied and pasted the instructions from observation 1, but these instructions vary little from observation to observation. So first, you're going to submit your lesson plan to me using the UWF lesson plan template at least 3 days before you teach the lesson. And just a note, the template is only needed for the observation lessons. They are not needed for your weekly lessons. So then you're going to complete the corresponding observation Google form. So this will have some pre-observation questions that will help me when I watch your video. Next, you're going to teach your lesson on the planned day, and if that needs to change, please just let me know as soon as possible. Within a day of teaching, you're going to upload your lesson to Drive, and then you're going to schedule your observation conference. You're going to turn in your final draft of your lesson plan and your reflection on your lesson plan within 2 days of teaching the lesson, and then we're going to meet for our observation conference via Zoom. So note that each observation lesson plan has a final due date in Canvas. This is the absolute last date that you can turn it in without penalty, but you must turn in your reflection within 48 hours of teaching, regardless of how far away that final date might be. So for example, if you teach your lesson on January 23rd, you need to have your final draft and reflection in by the 25th, even though the due date for the Observation 1 lesson plan isn't until February 12th. So, major assignments. The assignments in purple are associated with an observation as well. We're going to go into each of these in more detail as we get through the semester, but I want to give you a quick overview just kind of so you know what to expect as the semester starts. So first, we're going to do the candidate development plan that's connected to Observation 1. It's going to be done in 2 parts. You're going to use the results from your first 2 evaluations, as well as your first observation, to set 2 goals for yourself for the semester. One based on a disposition, one based on one of the Danielson metrics. So on the plan, you're going to outline your reasons or rationale for choosing these goals, and then what is your plan to reach those goals. At the end of the semester, you're going to add a reflection on how you did on those goals and if you reached them and improved in those areas. So parts 1 and 2 are due in February. That's your areas of strength and then your goals. And then part 3, which is the reflection, is going to be due at the very end of the semester. So Observation 2 is actually connected to 2 major assignments, so you'll find all this information in the same module. So for the unit plan, you're going to plan 3 to 5 days for a single subject. You're going to give a pre-assessment before teaching the unit, teach your unit based on the feedback from the pre-assessment. Then you're going to do a post-assessment to see how your students did. You'll turn in a final draft of the unit plan using the course template and copies of your assessments. So Observation 2 will take place on 1 day of your unit plan instruction. And then when you're done with your unit plan, you're going to move on to the analysis of student impact. So using data from those assessments that you did, you're going to create a data chart and write a narrative on how your students performed after your instruction, paying particular attention to students in diverse populations. And you need to show that you had at least 50% of your students show growth. Your final 2 observations will depend on your schedule and how it aligns with the senior seminar schedule for you. So that's why you'll see that Observation 3 or 4 can either be technology or reading. For this course, your assignment will be to integrate technology into a lesson with the goal of facilitating discovery learning. So this isn't just a PowerPoint you present to the class, but something more immersive. Your major assignment will be a long-form reflection focused solely on your integration of technology. And this will be in addition to that shorter regular lesson reflection that you'll do after the observation. So a quick note about the reading plan. You will complete basically everything for that assignment in senior seminar. The only thing that you're going to do for student teaching in the reading plan is submit the lesson plan that you're going to do for your observation. So your reading plan is going to be several days long, similar to your unit plan. So let's say you're going to film day 3, you'll submit day 3's lesson plan to me. And then we'll observe that and have our conference as usual. So for observations 3 and 4, you're going to choose which will be technology and which will be reading based on your schedule and progress in senior seminar. Some of you guys are going to be ready to do reading in March. Some of you guys aren't going to be ready until April. That's fine. So it'll just depend on your schedule. But please pay attention to the due dates. Either tech or reading needs to be done by April 2nd, and then the other needs to be done by April 23rd. The final major assignment for the course is the critical reflection paper. This is going to be a longer paper designed to have you reflect on the whole semester of teaching, as well as some of your professional practices, like including parents, attending school events, that kind of thing. And this is going to be due at the very end of the semester and will be submitted to Exat. So this is just a rundown of what goes into Exat. You're going to submit your major assignments for student teaching, plus the reading plan from senior seminar, and then you're also going to complete those 4 surveys that you see there. And so that's about it for the overview. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks, and have a good week.